Ladies and gentlemen, as the investigation goes on, they are finding all kinds of people that was up at the Capitol at the time it was ransacked. You have members of the military that were part of the crowd. You have police and firefighters, you know, and now they are also investigating a group that's planning an uprising. Now, some of you might have heard the date right here of January 17th. They are planning an uprising if the 25th Amendment is used on Donald Trump. I mean, it is just getting crazy out here for real. Starte Jones, I want to thank you for sending this article, which is about an officer from Fort Bragg that's involved in the uprising, the insurrection that took place at the U.S. Capitol. So they're just finding everybody that really should not have been there, but those folks were there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a mess. Off-duty police firefighters under investigation in connection with the U.S. Capitol. And I was told it was about 20 members of the military that were also mixed up in that crowd. It's 20 so far. It could be way more, just like it can be way more police officers and so on and so forth. As investigators seek to identify rioters who stormed the U.S. Capitol, police departments in Virginia and Washington state have placed officers on as authorities examine. So they're on leave right now. That's what they did with these officers and firefighters and members of the military until they get done with a thorough investigation. So these, of course, were off-duty firefighters and police that were identified in the crowd. Fire departments in Florida and New York have also said they reported to federal authorities allegations of some of their members may have been present when the mob broke into the Capitol as Congress met to certify the results of the November 3rd presidential election. Police department in a small town of Rocky Mount, Virginia, said Sunday that it had placed two officers on administrative leave after they learned they attended an event in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday while off duty. The two Rocky Mount they said their citizens fully support that these officers are placed on leave. They support it. So they said they do support freedom of speech and assembly by its employees, but it do not condone the unlawful acts that occurred that day, the department said in a statement, saying that it had notified federal authorities. Now, there are counties where some of these cops are known, and the residents are telling the city council to get rid of them. They don't want these cops patrolling the streets any longer. 5 people lost their lives, and many of you know one officer, I believe a Capitol police officer, committed suicide when supporters of Donald Trump stormed the Capitol in an attempt to disrupt the formal recognition of Trump's election loss to Democrat Joe Biden. Dozens of people have been criminally charged. I believe it's up to 25 people that have been charged with domestic terrorism. The FBI has sought help from the public to identify more participants. Seattle Police Department, SPD, said it also placed 2 officers on administrative leave while an investigation take place into any role they may have played in the chaos that unfolded in the other side of the country. If any SPD officers were directly involved in the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, I will immediately terminate them. The department interim chief, Adrian Diaz, said in a statement. The New York City Fire Department said it provided information to the FBI after receiving anonymous allegation that some of its members, active or retired, were present at the rioting at the nation's capital and in Florida. In the Sanford Fire Department said it placed one of its firefighters on administrative leave and was investigating after a photo and video emerged online that appeared to show him among the mob. On Saturday, top Democratic lawmaker said the Capitol was a crime scene and urged mobile carriers and social media companies to preserve all data related to the carnage. Wow, what a mess. What a mess. But I'm not surprised, y'all. I'm not surprised. And there are people in all of these branches, the police, the fire department, the military, that all support Donald Trump. So we should not be surprised that they were mixed up in the crowd. And to be honest with you, I bet you their numbers are greater than we can even imagine, y'all. Way greater. We're just looking at some of what's being reported, but I know it's got to be far worse than what we have. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.